Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jake from TNJ, and welcome back to the New York Jets franchise. We're hopping into the end of this season now. 4 games remaining, and we will face the MVP Russell Wilson this season. Now, he is in his 30s now, but we have 4 games left first. We go up against the Titans before hopping into the Seahawks game, and every game matters now. We are 6-6. Can you believe it? I mean, the fall off from where we were at last year and even the year before that, I mean, we've had a string of seasons where we've been really good. We have not locked up that #1 seed yet in this series, but we've been really good. And to add on to that, we had the Super Bowl win. And in the AFC, it's just interesting. You know, a lot of teams are bad, but then there's a lot of good teams as well. So looking at just Chance Tyree and checking in on him with the Broncos, they are actually under 500, but Chance Tyree is not doing too bad. 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He has a couple of weapons here. Jalen Samuels is now a running back for him. Tom Cobb has 9 touchdowns. He's a power back out of Ohio State in his 3rd season. Then they have Steven Sims, Cortland Sutton, Noah Fant, and Jerry Jeudy still. I mean, they should have a really good offense, but it seems like they may be underachieving in the win column. Now, we are going up against the Titans, and we have played them pretty much not every single year, but at least once in the last couple of years every single season. So here we go. Let's hop into some quick highlights of this Tennessee game before the Seattle game. Here we are, 0-0 in the red zone. Here's a throw to the end zone, and that is going to be caught. That is Tariq Macklin. Touchdown for him. He is actually playing for a new contract this upcoming offseason. Let's see if he will get the extension. And that is a great throw by Carmichael, giving his guy a chance one-on-one. Bigger offensive guy than the defender. It's going to be 7-0. But Tennessee comes back before the second half, and here is a throw to the end zone, and that is caught by Devin Duvernay, who is now playing for the Titans. And they take the lead going into halftime, but now we have about 2 minutes left here to maybe put something on the board. So here is Carmichael, throw to the sideline with 2 minutes left. It's picked off by Adoree Jackson, who gave up the touchdown earlier to Tariq Macklin, and then he gets his revenge. He gets his 3rd interception of the season. So here's DiRoberto, less than a minute left. He throws to the back, or to the front of the end zone, I should say. It's a touchdown. Jonnu Smith, as he does get in. And here we are one more time before half. We have about 7 seconds left to get into field goal range. Carmichael throws to left side, and there's Crowder, but he can't get down in time. That was a great play by the defender by not letting Jamison Crowder fall to the ground, and we end up getting no points before halftime. So now it's a 21-7 game here into the second half. Here's a handoff. Roy Toth, he has some room, and it's a touchdown. Can't bring him down, tackling him by the legs. That's Kevin King, who got dragged into the end zone. It's now down to a 1-score lead. So now we move on to the 4th quarter, but here is Harold Landry, who has 3 sacks against Mekhi Becton this game. Maybe one of the worst games of Mekhi Becton's career so far. So here's DiRoberto. Now he gets possession back, and he finds the end zone. A.J. Brown is there for the touchdown, and Tennessee strikes back. But the Jets will not go away here, down by 2 scores. Here's a quick throw to the right, and that is caught by Deion Carter, trimming it to a 7-point lead. But now we need to make a stop on defense. So here is Justin DiRoberto now with a 7-point lead. All 3 timeouts. We have 2 timeouts left. Here's a handoff, and that is going to be a 1st down, and we will start to burn those timeouts. We eventually do call all of our timeouts, and Tennessee does eventually go on to win this game 28-21. 3 takeaways for this Tennessee defense. That may have been the difference, and maybe this year that's been the big difference. We've turned the ball over quite a bit this season. Dunn Carmichael has a bad game. He's had a couple of these rookie games where he turns the ball over, makes a lot of mistakes. He threw for 300 yards, but he threw 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Roy Toth did get shaken up for a big portion of this game, so that's why he only had 7 carries, and we were throwing the ball a little bit more. Deion Carter had a touchdown. Tariq Macklin had a touchdown. Denzel Mims had 81 yards receiving. He's closing in on a 1,000-yard season. And then looking at our sacks here, just the usual suspects there getting into the backfield, but it did not matter. We get the loss. So a couple of upgrades before hopping into this Seattle matchup versus the FrontRunner MVP Russell Wilson. Roy Toth gets one, and he is closing in on being one of the top 25 backs in the league, as he is now number 25th ranked, 90 speed, 90 break tackle. He's going to be a monster for us in the future. So we are 6-7 now. What a season it's been. We are now below 500, and now we have a very tough task versus the 10-3 Russell Wilson led Seattle Seahawks. He is still one of the best quarterbacks in the game, obviously number 4 ranked as far as ratings go, and he still has a very good cast. And they also added N'Keal Harry. So to go with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, they now have N'Keal Harry. Then on defense, they're not as good as they usually are, but they're pretty solid. They have Jaron Reed, who leads them in sacks. Marcus Bailey leads them in interceptions, along with Quandre Diggs, and Jordan Brooks leads them in tackles. And they still have Jamal Adams leading their defense, the former Jet. And Russell Wilson is the front runner for MVP. So let's start out this game. Here is Seattle with a 7-3 lead. They are at home this game. Here's a quick throw across the middle, and that is Blake Cashman on the stop. So now 2nd and inches. Here's a play action fake. Russell Wilson from the pocket. He's going to try to scramble out, but he can't get away. Brad Matthews playing for that new contract, and he gets the sack. Now it's a 3rd and 7 at the 48-yard line now. Russell Wilson 4 wide out there. Quick throw, and that is DK, and he picks up the first down, beating David Long in man coverage. We just traded for David Long at the trade deadline. We don't know if we're going to re-sign him either. He's on a 1-year deal. We'll have to see how this goes. So here's a throw to the right side on the run, and that is caught by N'Keal Harry, who's on the outside. Tyler Lockett is on the inside, and it's a first down. So now they line up in the I formation. 2 tight ends out there, handoff, and that is going to be a 2-yard gain, and that is DeAndre Waddle with the stop on Chris Carson. So 3rd and 6 this time. Russell Wilson throws to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. And that is going to be caught by Will Dissly. He gets the first touchdown catch of the game for him. 14-3 lead here for Seattle. So here is Roy Toth getting the handoff to start the second quarter. And that is going to be a gain of maybe 1. As now we get into an eventual 3rd and 8. This time Carmichael throws to left side in traffic, and it's almost picked off. Denzel Mims didn't jump up for that one. It was maybe way over his head, and it ends up being a punt. So now here's Seattle back onto the field. Here's a quick throw to the right side, knocked away. That is Von White on the coverage, and Seattle has to punt it right back. But they do pin us inside the 1-yard line. But here is Roy Toth giving us some room. Gets about a gain of 10 yards, and we eventually pick up the first down. So play action fake this time to Toth. This time Carmichael throws to an open Jasper Sweet, the rookie out of Wisconsin State, and he picks up the first down, getting to about the 35-yard line. So now here's Carmichael under center. We're going to hand the ball off to Roy Toth, who breaks a tackle. He's off to the races. He tries to throw a stiff arm to the second defender, but it's a gain of 20 yards on that run. Roy Toth is tough to bring down on first contact. It's a big-time run as we near the 2-minute warning. Here's another stretch play. This time he has a cutback lane, and he just barely misses it. He had one man to beat there in the secondary if he would have hit that hole. And we get to the 2-minute warning now, down by 11. So here's Toth again, another handoff, and we just keep handing it off to him. We want to kind of ride Roy Toth because Dunn Carmichael has made mistakes throwing the football. We want to ride our best players to carry us there in his rookie season. So now 2nd and 10, and that is an incomplete pass thrown by Carmichael. So now 3rd down, Carmichael. He's going to throw. He's got Jamison Crowder open, and he overthrows him. That could have been a touchdown, to be honest. At least put us on the 1 or 2 yard line. Instead, it's an overthrow and should have been, honestly, an interception. And so we end up settling for 3 points, and that's how it's going to be going into halftime, 14-6. So now to start the second half, here is Russell Wilson. His first pass is picked off. That is Blake Cashman. He's got it. And we will take over with great field position. How about the play by Blake Cashman? He is the former defensive MVP. He picks off the front runner for offensive MVP this season. And now we take back over in field goal range. Here is Roy Toth getting us going. And that's a 10-yard gain on that one and a first down. As Toth is looking like he's going to be going for 100 yards in this one. Handoff once again, running over Jamal Adams, but taken down on the second tackler. And now they're trying to stop this run game, trying to figure out ways to stop Toth. So here on the 2nd and 2, quick throw across the middle. It's a touchdown. Jamison Crowder is open. They thought we were probably going to run the ball. We've been running the ball heavy in this one. Quick slant, touchdown, Crowder, he's open. And that one does bring it to 2 points. Now we're going to go for the 2-point conversion on this next play. So 12-14 now at the 2. We line up with bunch formation. Throw to the left side. Caught by Denzel Mims. And it's now a tie ball game going into the later parts of the third quarter. So here's Seattle back out onto the field. Here's a 4th and 1 try. He gets hit on the throw, and it's going to be picked off. Alex Hopkins this time. We pick off Russell Wilson for the second straight drive. And how about that? Alex Hopkins, look at the play he made on the ball. He ran all the way across. But how about Blake Cashman getting in, hitting the quarterback, and forcing the errant throw? So here we are back on an offense with the chance to take the lead. This is Roy Toth getting going, and he picks up maybe a gain of 3 yards. So now we get into the 44 here, a 3rd and 7. Carmichael moves to the right side. He's going to take it himself, and he will get to the first down marker, but he coughs it up. There was a flag on the play, and let's see what it is. It's holding on the offense, so the fumble will stand, and Seattle takes back over. So 14 up. Here's a handoff this time, and that's going to be maybe a 1-yard loss on that one. How about that? That's Mike Rooney getting the handoff. He's almost got 100 yards rushing in this game out of Metropolis. Remember, we faced him in the Rivercats series. So here is Russell Wilson on a 3rd and 11. He's just going to throw this one out of bounds, and he will take the points. And now Seattle takes the 17-14 lead. So 8 minutes left now in the fourth quarter. Here's a handoff. This time it's Roy Toth up the middle, and he reaches out for the first down marker, and he gets it. 79 yards rushing up to this point. So we line up here in the tights formation now. Here is Carmichael throws to an open Denzel Mims. He's got speed. He gets to the first down marker. I was hoping that block would have been thrown. If it would have, Denzel Mims would have scored on that play. He's only got 3 receptions in this game so far. Not a lot of yardage either. Here's Carmichael. He's going to scramble, setting his receiver up the field. Nice block by Deion Carter. Another one. And he picks up his biggest scramble of the season. That's about a gain of 35 yards on that one. And it's a first down to about the 23. So now here's Carmichael, 1st and 10, inside of field goal range. Here's a quick throw, and that is Tariq Macklin. And he picks up the first down. Doug Carmichael has been a lot better throwing the ball, and that's because we've been running the ball a lot more effectively. So handoff this time. Roy Toth up the middle, showing the burst. He gets to the 7. He's closing in on 100 yards rushing. He's got 17 attempts as well. So 1st and goal from the 7. Seattle sends the blitz. Great blitz pickup by Deion. Throw into the end zone. Overthrown. Looking for Jamison Crowder. That one's incomplete. So from the 5-yard line, 3rd and goal. This time Carmichael in the pocket. Nobody to throw it to. The pocket does get into him, and he does throw it away. And we do settle for 3 points. 17 up here going into the last 3 minutes of this game. So here's Russell Wilson now under center with a chance to win this game on a game-winning drive. This could be an MVP ceiling moment, but here's the pass rush getting to him. How about Brad Matthews and Cleveland Farrell in the backfield? It's a loss of 7 yards. So now 2nd and long. Russell throws across the middle. It's picked off. Cashman's going to take it to the house. Touchdown. How about Blake Cashman? The former defensive MVP comes through and goes the distance. He does give us the lead 2 interceptions on the season, and they both come versus Russell Wilson. So now here we give them too much time left, to be honest. We maybe could have fell at the 1 yard line. So here's Russell Wilson back onto the field. He has all 3 timeouts too. So you know Russell Wilson, he's a game manager. He is everything now. I mean, honestly, he's more than a game manager. He can do it all. But 3 interceptions in this game. Let's see if we can make it 4. So here's Russell. He throws to the right side, and it's caught. Tyler Lockett goes for the first down. So now 2nd and 4 at the 35. Here's Russell Wilson. Now he's going to scramble. Nobody's there to watch him. He takes off. He gets to the 20-yard line, sliding down, and they call their first timeout with about 20 seconds left. So now they get it to the 17, 2nd and 7. Here's a quick throw. It's Will Dissly who reaches out for the first down, and they call their 2nd timeout. So Wilson now from the 9-yard line, 9 seconds left. Here he is from the pocket, throws to the end zone. He's got a man, and it's going to be incomplete. But the refs are going to call pass interference on the defense. Alex Hopkins in coverage, and now 5 seconds left at the 1-yard line. So here's Chris Carson in the backfield. Russell Wilson throws, and the pressure gets to him. He had 2 guys wide open, and now one last play. From the 1, will they run the ball? Here is Wilson. He's going to throw. He takes off to the right side. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown. He dives in. No spy on that one. We actually collapsed, so there is a mechanic to make your guys commit to the quarterback. We did it, but too late. And Russell Wilson scrambles in. So this one's going to overtime, and the Jets win the toss, and we start out with the rock. So remember, in overtime, a touchdown wins it. Here is Carmichael moving to the right side. He's going to throw at the last second and throw it out of bounds. And he's going to get called for throwing the ball across the line, a legal forward pass. And we do lose 4 yards on that one. I don't know why 4, but we ended up losing 4. So 2nd and 14, handoff. Roy Toth making it a little bit more manageable, bringing it to a 3rd and 12. Carmichael throws across the middle. It's caught. Denzel Mims holds on to it after getting blasted by Jamal Adams. It's a first down. Remember, Denzel Mims has like 97 catching, so I'm glad he has that. So here's Carmichael this time, throwing to the right side on a play action. Fake it, it's caught. Denzel again over Shaquille Griffin, and that's a first down to about the 27-yard line. So now we start to run the ball. Here's a stretch play. Look at Toth following his blocks all the way to the 10. That one puts him over 100 yards on the day. He's in the zone as well. So now at the 10-yard line, this time it's done. Handoff, Deion Carter. And he gets to about the 3-yard line, bringing it to a 3rd and goal. So here we are at the 3. Seattle stacks the box. So Carmichael looks like he's switching up the play this time to maybe a quick pass. He does. Carmichael throws, touchdown, ball game. Denzel Mims gets in, and he wins the game for the Jets. A huge upset here on the road versus the 10-3 MVP-led Seattle Seahawks, and that gives them their 4th loss of the season. And how about that game? Don Carmichael was efficient throwing the football. We only turned the ball over once, and that was on the Don Carmichael fumble. But a great win here on the road, keeping our playoff hopes alive. And we are fighting for the division. We're back at 500 now, 7-7 on the year. And Carmichael outshined Wilson, to be honest. And honestly, there's a run game that really carried us. Roy Toth ran for 100 yards. Deion Carter ran 11 times, only for 26 yards. But we kept them honest, just running the ball. And they definitely had to stack the box every time that opened up the play action opportunity. And I got to be honest, I mean, I liked that game plan. We definitely showed that we can still play with the best teams. Even though we're having a down year, so to speak, we can still play with the best teams. And how about Blake Cashman? To me, he gets player of the game. 2 interceptions, 1 goes for a touchdown. He was phenomenal. So now a couple of upgrades here. Brad Matthews playing for that new contract. He is 25 years old, number 11 ranked left outside linebacker in the league. Maybe doesn't have the elite sack production, but he's been pretty good for us. He's not a terrible player. He's not, I wouldn't say a great player. I say he's a good player for us. Now, David Long gets an upgrade as well as Blake Cashman, and David Long is actually a guy we're evaluating here at the end of the season, to be honest, because we don't know if we're going to bring him back, but he is 26 years old, and he has excellent man coverage. That play recognition in zone is lower than what I want, though. So the next game, we go up against the Cleveland Browns, who are now led by Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, I don't know what's up with Madden, but every team that Mitchell Trubisky goes to ends up being like actually pretty good. And he's on the Browns now. And how about the Browns drafting Zane Storm this year in the, I believe it was the first round, actually. He was a first round talent, obviously. Number 88 ranked receiver in the league. And we end up simming this game because, like I said, I'm not going to play every single game. And we end up winning by 7 points here. So we moved to 8-7 on the year with 1 game remaining. We played the Patriots. And in this game, Roy Toth had 51 yards rushing, only 10 carries, though. I'm not sure why, you know, in certain sim situations, Roy Toth doesn't get a lot of carries. I mean, he's obviously our best back. But Deion Carter had 15 carries in this game. Denzel Mims went 6 for 81 and a touchdown. And for the Browns, Zane Storm had a touchdown as well. So with 1 game remaining, we go up against the New England Patriots, 7-8 on the season. And to be honest, this is the game, at least for the division, because think about it. If we lose this game, we move to 8-8. The Patriots move to 8-8. They own the tiebreaker over us. And because they have, I believe they have the better divisional record. I'll have to double check that, but they have the head-to-head. I believe 2-0. I believe we lost to them earlier in the season. But this is a do-or-die game next episode. Going up against the Patriots. Win or go home pretty much. And just looking at the stats here, Waddle, Farrell, and Matthews all had good sack seasons. And then how about Von White? Taking over at that number 1 cornerback position, he has 4 interceptions. A great season in the second year out of Utah. So that's going to do it here. Next episode will be the final game of this season. I'm curious, man. I wonder how we're going to show up there versus the Patriots. We are on the road playing a 7-8 team. Our division is not that good this year. We are all fighting for our playoff lives. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though. Yeah. Hey, it don't even matter though. No. Hey, it don't even matter.